Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. No issues, that's great. So good evening everybody, good evening, good evening. How are you guys? Good evening, everybody. How are you guys? Good evening, everyone. How are you? Fine. Good. Great, guys. Great. So, let me know, guys, what have we studied in our previous class, guys? You guys, let me know what have we studied in our previous class, guys. Could you guys let me know what have we studied in our previous class, guys? We studied about introduction to Python. We studied about variables. We studied about print function in details. Okay, good, great. Do you guys have any questions up till now, guys? Do you guys have any questions up till now? Please let me know. Do you guys have any questions up till now? Please let me know, guys. No. Okay, great. So, shall we start with our today's class, guys? Please let me know. Shall we start with our today's class, guys? Shall we start with our today's class, guys? Please let me know. Okay. Before coming to each class, I expect you guys that yesterday you have been like revising what we had studied. Okay. So after every single class, okay, after every single class, I want you guys to revise everything that I've studied, I've taught to you guys, and also along with that, I have provided you guys the notes and everything. Try to make sure that you are able to read through them, understand them before coming to the class. Okay, try to put up a little bit of efforts from your end. That would go a long way, guys, for you guys only. Okay, please try to do that. Okay, great, guys, amazing. Okay, so let's get started right away, guys. I will provide the notes once again right now. Give me a second. I'll provide the notes. It's yesterday as well. I had provided the notes, but I think so. Most of you are not there, or you did not get the notes. I don't know why or what you were doing if you're asking for the notes again. But I'm providing the notes one more time for the very last time right now. Give me a second. Control C. We are going to use the exact same notes from tomorrow. I'm going to paste the notes in the live chat right now, as well as I'm going to pin it up. Also, in the description of the video itself, I'm going to put up the notes for you guys. So I'll just replace this with the new notes and save. Okay. So in this particular way, you will be able to get access to the notes. Okay. So the notes are there pinned up live in the live section as well. And in the description of the video, if you are reloading the page, you will be able to find the notes in the description of the video as well, as you're able to see, but you will have to refresh the page, guys, to get the notes in the description of the video. So let me see, let me just put the uh, volume down. Hello. Is my voice audible to you guys right now? Please let me know, guys. Is my voice audible to you guys right now? Please let me know. Is my voice audible to you guys right now? Please let me know, guys. My voice audible to you guys? Is it fine? Okay, is there any issues with the voice right now? Are you guys able to listen to me carefully? Because my microphone has stopped working, so I'm using another microphone of mine. If you guys are like this, if there is any problem with the quality of the audio, please let me know. If there is any problem with the quality of the awkward, please let me know, guys. Okay, great. So let's continue with the class itself. Yesterday we had seen how to create a variable. Now let us take up some examples as well. Okay, so let's try to start off with a particular example. Let's try to understand what will happen in this particular case. Okay, so can you guys let me know what will happen in this case if I'm having a particular question that is stating that a is equals to 3. Okay, we are having a particular question that states that a is equals to 3. Then we are having b is equals to a and b is equals to b plus 3. What will be the answer of a comma b, guys? Can you put this particular answer in the live chat? What will be the answer of a comma b? Can you guys put this particular answer in the live chat, guys? Can you put this answer in the live chat, guys? A comma B. What will be the answer in the live chat? Please let me know. Can you guys let me know what will be the answer of A comma B in the live chat, guys? I want the answer of A comma B, guys. How can A comma B be 6? How can A comma B be 6? Okay, there are two numbers right over here. Please focus on what the question is and what I'm asking. Okay. So yeah, the correct answer is 3 comma 6 itself. It's extremely simple. You just need to understand that whenever you are using the variable name on the left hand side, okay, whenever you are having the variable name on the left hand side, that refers to, I told you guys, whenever you are writing a is equals to 3, okay, whenever you are writing a is equals to 3, that is basically creating a box, okay, that is basically creating a box called as a with the value 3 inside of it. Okay, so whenever the variable name is on the left hand side, it refers to the box itself. Okay, it refers to the box. On the left hand side, variable name will refer to the box. And similarly, if the variable name is on the right hand side, okay, if any variable is on the right hand side, it refers to the value that it contains. Okay, it refers to the value that it contains. So for example, right over here, a is equals to 3. So the box A has a value of 3 inside of it. When I am writing B is equals to A, that does not mean that the box B, okay, it does not mean that there is a box B that I've created, okay, and it contains a box called as A inside of it, okay. It does not mean that it contains a box called as A inside of it. This is not its meaning. What it means is that there is a box B and it contains a value that is equivalent to the value of a, okay, it contains a value of that is equivalent of the value of a. So b also contains 3 inside of it, because on the RHS on the right hand side, if you are having a particular variable, that refers to the value that it contains. Similarly, right over here as well, so this particular b that is present on the left hand side, this particular b that is present on the left hand side refers to the box, okay, that is called as b. It refers to the box that is called as b. And this particular variable name on the right hand side, as you are able to see right over here, refers to the value that it contains, refers to the value that it contains. So that is 3 plus 3, that is 6, that will be put up inside the box b. So 3 comma 6 is the correct answer. These type of small things you need to know before getting started with the rest of the stuff. Okay, next thing is, for example, right over here, okay, from let us put it out. Okay, so b is equals to b plus 3, print b, print a, print b, enter. As they're able to see, we are getting 3 comma 6 as our answer. The value of a is 3 and the value of say, b is 6. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. So let's continue with this, guys. Okay. The next particular thing is, if you are not writing, if you're not declaring, so writing this a is equals to 3 or b is equals to 6 or something like that, that basically means you are declaring the variable. Okay, that basically means you are declaring a variable itself. You guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. When you are writing something like a is equals to 3, that means you are declaring the variable. Okay, now if you're not doing that and you are trying to use a variables, for example, Python does not know what this x is. You have not declared. Okay, you have not declared, you have not provided the information about x. Okay, you have not told Python what x is. You're directly trying to use x. Okay, right over here you're directly trying to use x. So if you're trying to print x, Python does not know what x is. So if I'm running this particular line of code, it will give me an error. Okay, it will give me an error. So as you're able to see right over here, if I am running this particular line of code, it will give me an error that is showing name error right over here, that name x is not defined, that you have not declared what x means. Okay, you have not declared what x means. Okay, so that is what it is happening right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Good. Next, let's work on some a new particular uh, like information. Okay, that is the multiple assignment operator. Suppose you are making a program wherein you enter the dimensions of the tank and it gives you the volume of the tank as the output. Okay, so what you want to do right now is you want to create a particular program to which, if you're providing the dimensions of a tank, that is the height of a tank, length of a tank and the width of the tank, it is able to calculate its volume, that is height into length into width, as simple as that. So the code for that, if you are writing it, it would be height is equals to 3, length is equals to 6, width is equals to 2. So how would you calculate the volume? Volume is equals to height into length into width. So print volume, what will be the answer, guys? Can you guys let me know? Print volume, oh sorry, print volume, what will be the answer, guys? Can you guys let me know? Can you guys let me know what will be the volume, guys? My live chat is like slowly and steadily lagging behind. Okay, that's great, guys. It will be 36. Okay, that's great. It would be 36. Now, one of the best things with Python that you should be able to understand is that Python makes every single piece of code, it tries to make every single piece of code as small as possible, okay, as easy as possible, okay. It does not like to waste a lot of lines or a lot of space or make things unnecessarily big. Okay, so for that reason as well, right over here, what you have done is you have written height is equals to 3, length is equals to 6, and width is equals to 2. You're assigning three different values to three different variables. Now Python has a way to do this in a single line of code as well. So writing three lines of code, you can do it in single line of code as well. That is called as the multiple assignment operator, and that is this particular line. So you are having height comma length comma width is equals to 3 comma 6 comma 2. Now this can be done for any number of variables. Okay, 5, 2, 1, 16. You can do it for any number of variables itself. What will happen right over here is that the first value will get assigned to the first variable, the second value will get assigned to the second variable, and the third value will get assigned to the third variable. And as you're able to see, the answer still remains the same, that is 36. Okay, the answer still remains the same, that is 36. That is the beauty of Python, guys. Why I use this particular example, so that you guys are able to understand the core essence of Python. Okay, it likes to make things as small as possible. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Chauhan, if Python is so easy, why we use CPP and Java? There's a very good reason for that. That we'll be discussing on the day 5 of the boot camp. Okay, so I'll be answering this question, that why you should learn CPP or Java and why Python is important to learn. Okay, I don't want to waste time because it's a very long answer. That is the reason why on the day 5th, I'll be letting you guys know about that as well. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, great. So let's get started right away, guys. Now, whenever you are naming something, okay, whenever you are naming something, there are some rules associated with that naming as well. There are some rules associated with that naming as well. Now, let us try to understand these rules first of all. Okay, so let us go back to the paint and let's try to understand. So the name, you are naming the variables, so there are some rules associated with it. Every variable name, okay, I'm dividing it into two parts. Any variable name that you're having, I'm dividing it into two parts. You're having the variable name, let's say rent, R-E-N-T. So I'm dividing it into two parts. The first part is the first letter of the variable name, and the second part is the rest of the variable name. Okay, first part is the first letter of the variable name, and the second part is the rest of the variable name itself. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to look at the rules and regulations for naming the variables. Okay, so right over here, guys, as you're able to see, the first letter of the variable name can be small a to z, it can be capital A to Z, it can be 0 to, it can be an underscore and nothing else. Okay, it can be small a to z, it can be capital A to Z, it can be an underscore and nothing else. Okay, nothing else can be the first letter of the variable name. For the rest of the variable name, it can contain small a to small z, it can contain capital A to capital Z. Okay, it can contain an underscore. Okay, and it can contain 0 to 9 as well. It can contain 0 to 9 as well. And I'm having a bit of a fever for the past 3 days, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, just focus upon the class. I might be coughing a bit in the class, so just ignore it. Just think that an old person is just coughing. Okay, don't give a lot of attention to it. Okay, so as you are able to see right over here, the first letter can be small a to z, capital A to z, or an underscore. The rest of the variable name can contain numbers as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Your variable name cannot contain at the rate, ampersand, or percentage, dollar, hash, at a rate. Sorry, at a rate, I've already done that. Brackets or any kind of punctuation marks or something like that. Okay, it cannot contain any kind of special characters. Okay, it cannot contain any kind of special characters except underscore. Okay, except underscore. Even hyphen it cannot contain. Okay, hyphen it cannot contain. It can only contain an underscore right over there. So the next thing that you need to understand is Python is a case sensitive language. That is, for Python, small a and capital A are two different things. Okay, are two different things. These are not the same thing. Okay, Python is a case sensitive language. Okay, Python is a case sensitive language. It can it case sensitive basically means that for Python, small a and capital A are two different, okay, two different things. Okay, it's not the same thing. So for example, small str, capital S, small t, small r, capital S, capital T, small r, capital S, capital T, capital R, small s, capital T, R, all these will be treated as different variable names. Okay, all these will be treated as different different variable names. Are you guys able to understand this? What does it mean by Python being a case sensitive language? Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. So let us go back, and one more rule that you guys need to know is that do not use reserved keywords as a variable name. For example, you cannot use for, def, del, is, try, else, form as a variable name, because these have some special meaning in Python. Okay, these words have special meaning in Python. For example, you cannot use print as a variable name. Print has a special meaning in Python, guys. So you cannot use that as a variable name itself. Okay, now you'll be saying, sir, how to know about these keywords? So as long as you're practicing, okay, as long as you're continuing to study about Python, you're learning Python, you're practicing Python, you will slowly be introduced to more number of keywords itself. Along with that, usually these keywords are highlighted as well. As you're able to see, when I'm using for keyword, it is getting highlighted. So I cannot use a for as a variable name because it is getting highlighted for me right over here. Okay, now these are some of the examples of accepted variable names. So you can have underscores, you can have start with an underscore, you can have everything in capital letters, also can contain like numbers inside of the variable name as well. So my Python 7, okay, you can contain it inside of the variable names as well. Okay, so when I'm running this particular code box, you will be able to see that there's no problems. It is running properly. There is no issues whatsoever. Okay, it is running properly. There is no issues whatsoever, guys. Similar to that, okay, these are the variable names that are not allowed. Okay, these are the variable names that are not allowed. So right over here, as you're able to see, we are having 7 my Python guides, okay, hyphen my Python. Okay, so you cannot start, you cannot even contain hyphen inside of the variable name. You cannot have a number inside of the variable name. Like you cannot start with a number inside of the variable name. So as you are able to see, 7, you cannot start with that. Okay, you cannot contain a iterate inside the variable name. You cannot have a space inside the variable name. Okay, so all these different problems are there. If I try to run this particular line of code, you will be able to see that we are getting a syntax error saying invalid syntax. We are getting a syntax error saying invalid syntax right over here. Okay, as you're able to see, we are getting a syntax error right over here. Now, what do you mean by syntax? Okay, so every program, so for example, when you're talking in English or when you're writing in English or you're reading English as well, there are some grammatical errors that you keep in mind. Okay, if somebody is making a grammatical error, he does not know how to write or talk or listen in English itself. The same thing goes on with programming. Programming also has some rules and regulations. If you're not following those rules and regulations, if you're making grammatical errors in programming, then it will give you a syntax error. Okay, it will give you a syntax error. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. Great. Let us move on from right over here, guys. Now, there are two things that you need to keep in mind while you are studying something, okay? In life, there are two things. One is the rules and one is the conventions that you need to follow. Okay, so what is the difference between a rule and a convention? Okay, so a rule is basically, for example, I cannot kill somebody. Okay, I cannot kill somebody. So that is a rule. If I kill somebody, then I'm going to go into jail. Okay, if I kill someone, I'm going to go into jail itself. That is a rule that has been set by the government. Similar to that, there are conventions out there. For example, eating directly from from a plate, okay, without using your hands, just use your face to eat something from a plate, okay, that is not civilized, okay, that is not how humans eat. If you try, you can eat like that, okay, you can take a plate, put some food in it, put your mouth inside the plate and start eating, okay, you can do that, but people will say that you are not a human being, you are an animal. Although you are not going to get thrown into jail for doing this, but people are not going to think you as a human itself. So this is a convention. Similar to that, in programming as well, we looked at some of the rules while naming a variable. There are some conventions around naming a variable as well. If you are not following these rules, you will get syntax error, your code wouldn't work properly. But if you are not following the conventions, okay, although your code will still work, there will be no issues in like the code running or something like that. But Python programming community or other developers will think you as noobs or think you as losers or something like that, that you don't know the simple conventions of Python programming as well. Okay, so you will be considered as a noob itself in the Python programming community. So that is the main thing right over here. So as you're able to see, these are the two important conventions that you need to remember at all times. Okay, the first particular convention is try to name the variables, name of the variable as descriptive and short. Okay, so you want to have the name of the variable descriptive. Okay, you should be able to understand what does this particular variable do, but it should not be an entire like novel that you're writing as the name. It should be short as well. For example, let us take up a particular example. Okay, so while taking the inputs of the height of a tree, while taking the inputs of a height of a tree itself, okay, let's assume that what will be the appropriate, okay, what will be the appropriate variable name, okay, what will be the appropriate variable name for taking the inputs for a height of a tree. Okay, so maybe somebody will think that it will be x or h. Okay, this is a proper variable name. So right over here, it is not descriptive, it is short. Okay, x and h as a variable name for the height of a tree is short, but it is not descriptive. I'm not able to understand what type or what is the input that I'm taking in. Okay, similar to that, height underscore of underscore the underscore tree. This is also a variable name which is descriptive, but it is not short, it is way too long. Okay, it is descriptive, but it is not short, it is way too long. An appropriate variable name might just be height, okay, or height underscore tree. That's it. Okay, height or height underscore tree. These are descriptive enough and also short as well. So that is like a convention. Okay, this is a convention itself that you should be following. Okay, and the next particular convention is that the Pythonic way of naming the variables is to use all lowercase letters and underscores to separate the word. Okay, so for example, height underscore of underscore the underscore tree. Okay, this is how this is the Pythonic way of naming the variables. There should be no uppercase characters. Okay, there should be no uppercase characters, only lowercase characters, only small letters and underscores to separate the word. This is called as the snake case. Okay, this we refer to it as the snake case or the Pythonic way of naming the variables. Okay, So even though you're not following these conventions, your code will still run fine. Okay, there will be no issues with the code running. Okay, there will be no issues with the code running at all. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great, amazing, guys, amazing. The next thing that we have to look at is, now I'll be taking your first attendance for the day. Okay, I'll be showing you the QR code on the screen in the next 1 minute. So whatever you want to get yourself ready with, you have 1 minute to get yourself ready with that particular thing. I will be showing the QR code on the screen for the next 10 minutes. Okay, you will have from 40, okay, 6:40 to 6:50, that is just 10 minutes to fill up the attendance form. If you are not able to fill up the attendance form in the next 10 minutes, you are not going to get the attendance for today. This is, I don't know, if I might be taking 3 attendance, I might be taking 4 attendance for today, I don't know that. Okay, this is the first attendance for today, guys. You will have exactly 10 minutes to fill up the attendance form. Okay, that is from 40 to 50. Okay, 6:40 to 6:50. I'm going to show you guys the today's attendance QR code. Give me a second, guys. And in the meanwhile, while you're filling up the attendance form, I will be gone. Okay, I will be joining back again at 6:50 to continue with the class. Okay, day 2A. The QR code will be on my screen for just 10 seconds. Okay, the QR code will be on my screen for just 10 seconds. So as you're able to see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like I said, you can pause the video, rewind it back, watch it again, whatever you want to do to get the QR code. If anybody is asking for the attendance, just don't tell anything. Just say that sir is missing. We don't know where sir is. Okay, you have exactly 10 minutes to fill up the attendance form. The attendance will be opened up till 50. Okay, not a second more than that. Okay, not a second more than that. You have up till 50 to fill up the attendance form. Okay, so that is it. And as you're able to see, the attendance form is working absolutely fine. 4 people have already filled it up, so there's no issues with the attendance as well. So I will be coming back, I will be joining, the class will be starting once again at 6:50. Okay, so please don't be late. The class will be starting once again at 6:50. You have 10 minutes to fill up the attendance form. Okay, there might be multiple attendances, guys. If you are missing out on a single attendance, you are not going to get the attendance for today. You are not going to get the attendance for today, and you're going to miss out on the certificate as well. You have enough time. It's the same way in which I had given you the attendance yesterday as well. There's no difference at anyhow. If you were able to fill up the attendance yesterday, you should be able to fill it up today as well. So I am hiding myself for the next 10 minutes. I'll be joining back at 50. Okay, I'll be joining back at 50 itself, guys. Okay, so the attendance form has been closed right now. Uh, yeah. So can we start with the class once again, guys? Please let me know. The attendance form has been closed right now. Can we start with the class once again? Please let me know. Great. One more thing, guys. In 5 minutes, we'll be having one more attendance. Okay. Just to make sure those people who have left the class, we are able to identify them as well. Okay. So great. So let's get started once again. Okay. Okay. Let me just open up the. Okay, so these are the examples of how to name a particular variable in the Pythonic way, as you are able to see. So my underscore height, my underscore lat, my underscore long. Okay, so these are the Pythonic way of naming a variables. Okay, so as you're able to see, everything is in small letters. You are having underscore separating the word itself. Okay, these are short by like descriptive variable names as well. So these are following the conventions of naming a variable. Okay, so if I am running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that there's no issues whatsoever. Okay, there are no issues whatsoever. So just read through these examples, guys. Next, right over here, let us remove this. As you're able to see, these are valid variable names. Okay, according to the rules, these are valid variable names. But these are not the Pythonic way of naming the variables. The names are all in capital letters. Okay, there's no underscore separating the words. Here, the names are starting with the capital letters. Every word is starting with a capital letter. No underscore separating the word. Although these are not breaking any rules, but these are not following the conventions that we have set up. Now, when we are running this particular lines of code, you will be able to see that it will work absolutely fine. There's no issues whatsoever. We are not getting any kind of errors or something like that. This is due to the fact, like I said, these are conventions. Conventions don't need to be absolute. Conventions don't need to be absolute, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. If you want to know how to build. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Allu Arjun, I have already told you on the first day itself how to open up the notes in Google Colab. If you were not there in the class itself, there is a huge problem. Or else you can go back and visit the class once again if you have forgotten about it. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next particular part, guys. So right over here, we had our rent as 1,700. I'm declaring my rent as 1,700 rupees. Next, I'm changing my rent to 2,000 rupees. I'm changing my rent to 2,000 rupees. So what is happening right over here is that the value currently present in the rent variable is 2,000 rupees, and the old rent, okay, and the old rent has been forgotten about. Okay, and the old rent has been forgotten about. So 1,700 rupees is now lost to us. Okay, 1,700 rupees is now lost to us. Only 2,000 rupees is present inside of our rent. Okay, the next particular thing that you, so this is called as overwriting the variable. Okay, the technical term for this is overwriting the variable, guys. Okay, please remember this particular, so this is a technical stuff. Okay, these are technical names that you have to use. Now you're going into an interview, you cannot use like, okay, yeah, I changed the variable. You have to tell that I've overwritten the variable name right over here. These are technical terms that shows that you have studied in a lot of depth, guys. Okay, so overwriting the variable is when a new value is assigned. Okay, when a new value is assigned to a variable, the old one is forgotten. Okay, when a new value is assigned to the variable, the old one is forgotten. Just like when we were child, okay, when we were children, okay, whenever we used to buy, okay, a new toy, we used to leave the old one behind. Okay, we used to leave the old one behind. We used to just play with the new one. That's the exact same thing that is happening right over here. Okay, whenever a new value is being assigned to rent, the old one is forgotten. Are you guys able to understand this? When you were children, okay, whenever you were getting a new toy to play with, you would usually leave the old one. Okay, you would usually leave the old one itself. Okay, and that is the same thing that is happening right over here. Okay, that is the exact same thing that is happening right over here as well. Okay, great. Now, for example, you had a crazy ass party in your house, okay, and your rent and like your landlord has given you a fine of 700 rupees because of damaging some of this stuff. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, we are having rent is equals to 1700. Okay, then you're having rent is equals to 2000 rupees. We increase the rent to 1000 rupees itself, and then you are having the rent is equals to rent plus 700. Okay, it's like b is equals to b plus 700 plus 6 was there, plus 3 was there. Similar to that, we are writing rent is equals to rent plus 700. You can do this in a shorthand format as well. Okay, you can do this in a shorter manner. So writing this as rent is equals to rent plus 700, you can write the exact same thing as rent plus is equals to 700, guys. Okay, you can write the exact. So these two lines of code means the exact same thing. Okay, these two lines of code mean the exact same thing. Okay, as you're able to see, the rent plus is equals to 700. These two lines of code mean the exact same thing, guys. So for example, if I'm writing this particular line of code, rent is equals to rent plus 700, the answer that I'm getting is 2700. The answer that I'm getting is 2700. Similar to that, if I am running this particular line of code, rent plus is equals to 700. Okay, I'm running this particular line of code, rent plus is equals to 700. In that case, also I'm getting the exact same answer. In that case as well, I'm getting the exact same answer. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. The guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. And the same thing, it's not just for addition. Okay, you can do it for subtraction. So rent is equals to rent minus 700. So rent minus is equals to 700, shorthand notation. Okay, then you can have rent multiplied by 700. Rent is equals to rent multiplied equal to 700. Okay, you can have division as well. Rent is equals to rent divided by 700. You can do it rent divided by equal to 700. So you can do it for any kind of arithmetic operator. Okay, you can do it for any kind of arithmetic operator. That is the basic use of the shorthand notation. It makes your code a bit shorter and a much more easy to understand as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Vimal Raj, we cannot postpone the timing of the class to 7:30 because we have another class from 7:30 itself. That is the reason why. Okay, so I have two classes, first this class and then the JavaScript and React JS class. I cannot transfer any of the classes itself. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next particular part, that is data types and operators. So okay, we'll start the data types tomorrow itself instead of doing it today. Okay, I'm a bit tired and I'm having a bit of fever as well, so I'm not feeling that good. So no issues in that. I will be giving you the attendance for the last attendance for today, guys. Give me a second. Let me create the attendance for you guys. Okay, I know this screen is blank behind me. You don't have to worry about it. That is something that I have done. Okay, something that I have done right over here. I'm creating a particular attendance for second attendance for today. Okay, in this particular attendance there will be a question as well. If you are not able to answer that question properly, if you are giving the wrong answer to that question, you are not going to get the attendance for today's class. Okay, as simple as that. There's a question that is going to go into today's attendance. If you are not able to answer that question, so that question will basically be something that I have taught in the class itself. If you're not able to answer that question properly, okay, you're not going to get the attendance of the class. It is going to be an MCQ, guys. Okay, it is going to be an MCQ itself. So if you're not able to answer that question, that means you're not listening to me in the class itself. If If you're not listening to me in the class, you're not going to get the attendance as well. Okay, so let me think about the question, guys. Let me just create the question, guys. Give me a second. I'm creating the question, guys. Please give me some time. I'm creating the question, guys. Give me some time. Okay, I've created the question as well. So that is also something that I've done. Now, if you are not able to answer this question properly, if you are answering this question wrong, you are not going to get the attendance for today's class, guys. If you are not able to answer this question properly, you are not, if you are writing the answer wrong, okay, of this particular question in the attendance form, you are not going to get the attendance for today's class. That means you are not there in the class itself because you were not listening to me. We can only give the certificates for those students who are coming to the class, listening to me properly, understanding stuff, as well as completing the project. Okay, so that is one of the things. Secondly, the attendance will open up exactly at 7:15. Okay, it will open up for 15 minutes, that is from 7:15 to 7:30. Okay, so the attendance is closed right now. Even if you're scanning the QR code, it will show up that the time for attendance submission has ended. Okay, it will not open up the form. It will not open up the form, guys. Okay, I'm telling it to you right now itself. If you're trying to scan the QR code right now, you will not be able to get the form to open up. The form will open up at 7:15. Put up an alarm on your mobile phone, guys. Set an alarm for 7:15. Set an alarm for 7:14. Okay, so the form will open up exactly at 7:15 for exactly 15 minutes. That is from 7:15 to 7:30. You will have 15 minutes to fill out the attendance form. Okay, it will not open up right now. I'm telling you guys, please not say to me that, sir, the form is closed, the form is not opening up, the QR code is not working. Okay, the attendance form will open up at 7:15. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. I have not shown the QR code right now. We'll show the QR code in 1 or 2 minutes. The form will open up at 7:15. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, great. So I am showing you the QR code as well. Give me a second. This is the QR code. Even if you're scanning the QR code, it will show that the attendance form is closed. Even if you're scanning the QR code, it will show that the attendance form is closed. The attendance form will open up at 7:15 exactly for just 15 minutes. If you're not able to fill it in that particular time, you are not going to get the attendance as well. Okay, you're not going to get the attendance as well. So please fill it up on time. Please make sure that you are the question that I've asked, you are writing the right answer to that question. If you're filling up the wrong answer to that question, you will get zero. You will get zero. There is no attendance for you for today. That means you're not listening to me during the entire class. or you were not there in the class in the middle, you're not going to get the attendance for today's class. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We'll meet again tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Please be on time and we'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys.